What's going on, guys? It is your boy Philip from Defyde Garage. We are back here with a brand new video. Now, as you guys see, I have the 2016 Audi S3 right in front of me. Nice and bright sunny day, so it's a perfect time to make this video. Now, today we're going to be replacing the camshaft adjuster magnet gaskets. Now, there's two of them on this car. So I'm going to go ahead and lift the hood and I'll show you guys exactly what we're going to be replacing. It is a very hot engine bay, so this should be fun. Now, if you guys will see, the two camshaft adjuster magnets is these guys right here. This one, and then there's this guy right here. It looks like it's gonna be a pain, but all it is, 3 Torx T30 screws that are holding these guys in. And then you basically kind of pry them out slowly. You don't want to damage the magnets. And then you should be able to remove the gasket, put the new one in, and then slide it in. Now, the reason I'm replacing them is because I'm actually getting leaks coming out of them right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace them. Now, the new gaskets are right here, these big gaskets. I got 2 of them. I got these guys off of FCP Euro, so I'll link that down below if you guys do want to purchase the same ones. I'm gonna set the camera up for you guys somewhere right here so you guys can kind of watch while I'm working, and we will get started. I'm gonna go ahead and take the cover off. You don't really have to, but I will, just because I want to give it a little bit more space. I'm gonna go ahead and get some brake cleaner, clean that area up, and then we can get started. Now, the reason you really wanna clean up this area is because you don't want any debris getting into your engine through these two guys, which is why I'm gonna clean up that whole area. First thing you could actually do before you clean is you can actually take off these sensors. So let's just get a flat head, pry that up, pull the sensors out, and just kind of move them off to the side so we can kind of work in that area. Now that we got it kind of cleaned up, it doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, we're gonna clean these once we get them off, but just the surrounding area, we want it good, give or take pretty clean. You don't want any of that dust to get in the engine bay or into the engine, so just be cautious when you're taking this all out. Now, what you're gonna do next is we're gonna start taking out the screws. Now, we have 2 right here and 3 over here. So I got this little guy from my Wera set. Might be a little annoying to do, but I'm gonna go ahead and put on an extension because I want to go ahead and take out the bottom one first. So let's see if there's space to do that. I don't think we can with the extension, unfortunately, but we can take this guy out. So now you can just watch me take out the 3 screws. I don't believe there should be almost any oil, because once you turn off your car, it takes a little bit of time till it cools down, but the oil actually settles to the bottom of your engine. So I think we should be okay right now. Sorry if the camera kind of moves. I have it set up in a weird angle, but it's the only way I can get it so you guys can actually see properly, but I also have to work around it, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. All right, so now that you got the bolts out, what you're gonna do is grab a plastic pry tool, and you're gonna basically try to pry this guy out. You can kind of pull on the connector section, and then you're gonna wanna slowly pry it out. You don't wanna damage anything, so just slowly pry it out. A little bit of oil might come out. It is a magnet, so might be a little tough, but it will come out eventually. The problem is I can't really pry from underneath, so you gotta go as low as you can with the pry tool if you have to, from over here by the connector. Just like that. There's the magnet. Looks good to me. Now there's a little bit of oil. Just be cautious there. Go ahead and set this off to the side, and then you guys can see you don't want any debris to get in there. Now that you guys have the magnet piece out, now I just figured out that you actually, in order to remove the actual gasket here, you actually have to open the timing chain cover slightly and move it open so that way you can push the gasket out. That sounds like a very fun time. So let's go ahead and get started. In order to do that, we're gonna remove this bolt right here. This is holding the coolant expansion tank hose. We're gonna unbolt that right here because we're gonna need a little bit more space in this area. Take this bolt out. Looks very similar to the other one, so don't lose it. And then this is kind of loose. We're also going to lift this guy out right here. There we go, got that connector out. Go ahead and put these guys off to the side. Now we have access to these 3 bolts. All right, so next up, we have this guy right here. This is where your stick to check your oil goes. We're gonna have to remove it from this little section right here. I don't know what kind of clip this is, but we're gonna find out right now. It looks like it's unclipping easily, so there we go. Just got that unclipped like that. Just go ahead and leave that far back like that. You only need a little bit of space. And then we're gonna use the same bit to loosen up the timing chain cover. So let's start over here. It is loosening. Now, hopefully not a lot of oil should be dripping out of here. I don't believe so. Let's go ahead and loosen it. Now this bolt isn't tightened too much, so just loosen it enough. There it is. Now it's loose. Not fully out. You don't want to get it fully out because you want to have enough space to be able to push it back and then take the gasket out. In this case, actually, what we're going to do really quick, before you take out these bolts, let's go ahead and remove this magnet as well because we're going to need more space. Let's see if we can do some adjustments here to have some space. So this guy's kind of sitting pretty tight here. Let's see if we can get these screws out. I'm going to go ahead and get the other magnet out and we'll get right back. So now we got the second magnet out. We can go ahead and continue removing some of the bolts holding the timing chain cover. Now we're gonna try to remove 3 of them for now, which is this bottom one, which we already loosened up quite a bit. We're gonna remove this guy, and we wanna be very... Well, that's great. I accidentally dropped this key, but we're gonna go ahead and continue. Let's loosen this guy up as well. They get pretty loose right off the bat. You want to loosen it enough to where the timing belt cover can pop off a little bit, but not too much. We're going to loosen up this 3rd one at the top here, and that should hopefully be enough to loosen it without having to remove all of the bolts. This one loose, still holding on. This one's partially loose, still holding on. And then this one, we're going to release it a little bit more, just like that. Now let's use the pry tool once again to slowly pry off the timing cover. Let's hope there's not a lot of oil in there. And there is a gasket, so be very careful not to ruin the gasket because you will probably have to change that as well. All right, looks like we're gonna have to remove the bottom screw as well. That is not gonna be enough. We're gonna have to remove the one all the way down here as well. Probably gonna have to loosen this actually quite a bit. May actually need to take out some of these bolts. Guys, this is the reality of making these videos. Sometimes it's good that you guys get to see the reality of it, because if you're doing this by yourself, following my video, at least if you watch the whole video, you're not gonna have to struggle because you'll know right away this is something you have to do. Now me, since my first time, I gotta figure that out on my own. It's always good to have someone to let you know do's and don'ts, and don't be like me trying to take off the gasket from the outside because it won't work. Yeah, we're probably gonna have to take out these 3 screws, guys. It's not gonna work without, so go ahead and take these top 3 screws out and I'll get right back to you guys. All right, so now that we have it loose, you guys can see it's pretty loose. What we can do is try to push it out a little bit, and then let's try to get that gasket out. Go ahead and try to slide it out as best as you can. You should be able to wiggle it out, and then boom. There's your gasket is out. Now it's gonna be even harder to put it back in, but at least you know there's a slit. Half of it goes out here, the other half goes inside. So go ahead, throw this off to the side. All right, so now we're gonna actually try to get the gasket in. I believe the orientation is there's a little slit on one side of the circle here like that, and then this side doesn't have it. This side goes into the actual slot. So let's go ahead and start feeding it. All right, it's almost in on this side. It's a very tight squeeze, so if you have to, you might have to use like a pry tool or something to basically push it into the other side. Just be cautious not to damage anything. I think we just about got this one in. You can use a pry tool to lightly press it in. You don't want to go too hard. All right, this one seems to be in. Maybe right here it needs a little bit more. All right, this one is in. Now, we gotta do the same thing with the next one. Let's get a little bit of oil. Let's oil up the new one. There's the slit portion, goes inward, okay? Let's see if we can slide this one in the same exact way. So we're gonna go ahead and start working our way in a circle as far down as we can. It's a really tough spot to work in. So if you're watching this tutorial, I can 100% bet you're struggling with me too. So it's all right, guys. We're gonna do this together. All right, I believe I got that in. Now that we got those two gaskets in, we're gonna slowly start tightening the screws once again evenly. So you have to be careful, you don't wanna do it uneven. So let's go ahead and start with this top guy to make things easier because it's at the very top. Make sure your gaskets do not move. Make sure they're sitting exactly how they need to. Now, if they need to, they're gonna adjust on their own a little bit, but let's go ahead and start tightening up everything on the actual timing cover. Now, I never thought switch two gaskets you'd have to open up timing cover, but you know what? Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. So I'm gonna go ahead and start tightening these. You wanna tighten these evenly everywhere, and then I will get back to you guys with what to do next. Just as you're tightening, make sure the gasket is actually properly going in. Like you can see right here, it's slowly slipping out a little bit, that it's sitting, sealing properly, and let's get going. Now that we got those tightened up, there is actually a torque sequence and a torque spec for the timing chain cover. Now, because we did not remove the entire thing, we're gonna be doing it a little bit different. Now, we removed this bolt, this one, and the one down here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna tighten it in a star pattern just because the bottom two are already tight and I can't even get in there without removing this whole bracket. So what you're gonna do is I'm gonna hand tighten this one first, the one on the right side. So it's already kind of hand tight. Get it hand tight like that, and then we're gonna do this top one right here. Let's hand tighten it, okay? Then do this one, and then finally we're gonna do this bottom one right here. Okay, now it should be 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the torque spec for this is 9 Newton meters. Now we're gonna go ahead and do that a little bit later because the torque screwdriver I have currently will not work, so I need to get another one. All right, what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna spray these magnets down with brake cleaner, and then I'm gonna go ahead and clean them up, and then we'll go ahead and put them back into the car. We're gonna start with the further ones. We're gonna do that guy first. So go ahead and clean your magnet up. And another thing notice is this should be freely moving like this. If it does not move very freely and there's like gunk and it's hard to for it to come in and out, that means your magnet is bad and you're gonna need to replace it. Ours is good, so we're gonna go ahead, clean it up, and get it ready to install. All right, I apologize, but my microphone just died, so we're gonna go ahead and install this guy now. Like I said, we're gonna do the back one first. Let's go ahead and slide that guy in. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and clean out this slot here. We want it to be clean when installing. It doesn't have to be perfect, like there could be a little bit of oil, that's fine, but just make sure the mounting point is clean because you're gonna want to install it on a clean surface. Now let's go ahead and shove this magnet back in. It goes like this. Should be, make sure you align the holes. They should be roughly just like that. You can adjust it a little bit if you need to, but let's go ahead and start getting those screws on. Let's see how well I got it. If it's good enough, then this screw should be able to go in. No problem. There we go. Looks like I have aligned it very well. So I'm just gonna screw this in partially. Sorry if the audio is a little bit loud. Now that I don't have my mic, I'm sitting right next to the camera, so it might be a bit loud. There's one. Let's get number 2 in, which goes right here, I believe, somewhere right there. Remember, don't tighten these all the way. Just get all 3 in roughly evenly, almost tight, but not tight. All right, let's get this last one in here. Let's tighten them up, just like that. We got 3 bolts on roughly. Now I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the other magnet and we'll get that guy installed as well. All right, same as the last one. Lightly clean out this circle portion. Make sure the front surface is not dirty, there's no gunk. And then the same as the other one, we're gonna install it. It goes similar way to the other one. Just make sure you align the holes just like that. Sticks in, the magnet should snap on. Let's go ahead and install this first bolt right here. We're gonna go ahead and put on this bolt first. Go ahead and tighten it up like I told you guys, just enough. Now, like I said earlier, if you do need to replace the magnets, it most likely just means that you will know because your magnet, like I showed you, is not gonna be moving in and out super easily, and it's gonna feel like there's gunk in there. So that's at the point you wanna replace the magnet. I think Audi's design of this specific part is kind of dumb because I don't think you should have to remove a timing chain cover, at least loosen it up to open it, because that could potentially cause the gasket on the timing chain cover prone to leaking oil. So now I'm gonna go ahead and start with this one. Doesn't really matter which one you start with. You wanna tighten them in a star pattern. So I'm gonna go ahead and tighten them by hand. There is a torque spec for this, I believe. I will look into that as well. So just tighten them by hand to where all the bolts are basically sitting flush against the magnet. Do it kind of in a star pattern. They are kind of placed in a star pattern, so it shouldn't be that big a deal, but I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Let's get this one going. Keep this piece out because we're gonna have to get to this bolt still, and then we're gonna do the same thing to this guy. There we go, guys. Now we're gonna wait to get that torque wrench, and I'll be right back with you guys. So now that I got my torque wrench right here, you guys can see I set it to 9 Newton meters, which is about 80 inch-pounds. So go ahead and set that up. I actually put on a socket bit to do part of them. We're gonna go ahead and start with this guy at the top here. Go ahead and pop it in. Looks like I already got it tight enough. And we're gonna do the ones we can with this bit, and then I'll go ahead and see? Okay, that's it. And then I took off the extension. Let's see if I could even get into this one right here. Oh, I can, perfect. Does not need super tight, just like that. And then I'll do this last one on this side. Looks like that one is already tight enough. All right, so now the camshaft adjuster magnets get torqued to the same amount as the actual timing chain cover. Now I went ahead, I got my Torx 30, put it on my torque wrench, and we're gonna go ahead and start tightening these guys. So okay, there we go. And I have to be careful because my bit does not stay on. It fits perfectly in here, but it's not magnetic, so for some reason it does not stay on. Let's get the second one. Okay, 2 of them done. It's kind of in a really awkward spot. I don't know how I'm gonna do this one. This one might be even more difficult, but let's see. That one we might have to do a different way. Let's see here, Howard. Do we have space for this one? There we go. Now, final step, put this connector back into where it was clipped on and go ahead and plug in your camshaft adjuster magnets back in, just like that. Go ahead and put your fill plug bracket back in. Put this guy right there, and that is it. That is how, there it is, completed product, everything's tightened up. All right, so that is how you swap the camshaft adjuster magnet seals. Now, as you guys can see, we began to switch them and thought that we can swap them without removing the timing belt cover, but as we found out, like you will if you're a normal person doing fixes on these cars, you will see that it's not as easy as it looks. Make sure when you're doing this, no debris gets inside the actual engine. You have to be very careful because you are opening up the engine from the side. So go ahead and just be careful. Make sure you clean out all the spots where the seal needs to sit. And if you guys did enjoy today's video or have any questions about how I did this or any of the tools I use, make sure to comment them down below and I'll get back to you guys, or just hit me up on Instagram. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.